Hello guys, welcome. Today we are going to do basic pen testing walkthrough or video solutions. So let's get started. So firstly let's deploy our machine, and it usually takes 2 to 3 minutes for the machine to be deployed. So till the time, let's connect to the OpenVPN. So let's type sudo OpenVPN and then the location of your file. So my file is in downloads and the name of the file. So I have connected it, and now let me type my password, and as you can see, initialization sequence complete, which means you are ready to go, and now you're connected to their server, like their VPN. So let's get started. So deploy the machine and connect our network is done. Find the services exposed by the machine. So I guess it may take some time for that to happen, but let's check. Nmap and the IP address. So I'll just copy paste. Okay, we just need to find the services and not their version. So let's just do this. Because over here it will be actually sudo nmap, and then after that there will be sv. I just added that before, so pardon me for that. I hope it's running. Let's just check. Yep, it's running. Says under maintenance, but that's the page actually, so it is running. So let's do the second question. What is the name of the hidden directory? So to find the hidden directory, there is a tool known as CodeBuster, which you can install, and after installing it, either you can use CodeBuster or you can use DirBuster, and there are like many tools which are used to do this. It's like brute forcing the directory names, So let's start. So the command is CodeBuster dir. This is just the starting, you have to write this. Then you type -u for the URL, and this is the URL, and then you paste the URL by Ctrl+Shift+V, and because in terminal Ctrl+C doesn't work, so that is how you paste the URL, and then you type -w for the word list which you are going to use to brute force this, and the word list is usr share word list dir and then common.txt. So you can use any word list, I just prefer this one. So let's see. So it has found us 3 directories, and all of these 3 are forbidden for us to use. You can see 403 HTTP status, which means we are not allowed to use that, and as you can see, this thing is now done. So find the services exposed by the machine. So these are all the services exposed by the machine. One is SSH, one is HTTP, which you can see over here. This is the HTTP service, and there are other services as well. So the best part is the SSH services is there. So we can use SSH to connect to their computer. So let's start. There is this thing /development, which is giving a status code of 301. So status code 200 means it's okay and it's loading. So this is status code 200 actually. I'll just type index.html. Let's just type that. I get this same page. Now I'm going to try this page, and I'm going to type Ctrl+Shift+C to copy this, and I'll paste it over here by Ctrl+V, and then I'll press enter, and yep, we came inside an hidden directory which was not seen before. and as you can see, we can now check over here what's there. So answer for this one is find the hidden directory is development. You can see development is the directory and j.txt is a file. So via this I can understand one thing is for j and -k means that there might be someone named from j or k. There might be like people using, like they might be head of this website and they might have names starting from j and k, maybe. Let's just see. Using brute forcing to find username and password. Okay, so we are going to use enum for Linux to do that, and enum for Linux -a, and then this IP address. Let's press enter. So as of me, I know, don't get like very disheartened, but enum for Linux will take you about 5 to 10 minutes, and depends on your PC speed. Actually, it took me personally, it's gonna take me 5 to 10 minutes. So let's wait till that time. I'll just pause the video, don't worry. Okay guys, so it approx took me 10 minutes for this to finish up, and this is the final answer which we got. These are the two users, one is K and one is Chan, which were found using enum for Linux. And let's continue. So use brute forcing to find username and password. What is the username? So the first one is Jan and there is K as well. So let's type Jan. Now what is the password? So for password we have seen that there was a SSH. So we can try and brute force the SSH network. So let's do that via Hydra. Hydra is a great tool for that. So Hydra -l, and the username as we know is Jan, and -p is the password list. So if you don't have a password list, you can do this, is you can go to this folder, ls usr share word list. So there's something known as rockq.txt, and then you can unzip this, and then you can use. I have unzipped it in my downloads folder, so you can see in my documents folder, my documents folder, and this is rockq.txt. Now I'm going to type the IP address. So why I'm using Hydra, -l will say the username, -P will set the password list, and now this is the IP which I'm going to put, and then I'll put SSH and I'll press enter. So now I'll explain you what is happening. Firstly, it will try Jan with a password from this list. So if I'll cat this file, cat documents and rockq.txt, you can see these are all the passwords which it is just trying. So let's assume that it started once again. I just started and ended. Yep. So I still okay, let's see. Yeah, it's still too many passwords, but you can assume that Jan username was compared with each and every single of these passwords. So firstly, that Jan username was firstly checked. This Jan username was checked against this password from the A list. Then slowly it will go on checking for each and every password, and it will check for each and every password, that is this password correct or is it not. So right now it has tried 180 passwords per minute. So it has already tried 180 passwords, and it's checking that whether this Jan will kind of match with any of the passwords available. So it's loading. Let's check the next question. What is the password and what service do you use to access the server? So as we saw before, SSH service was open, So we are going to use that and enumerate the machine to find any vectors for privilege escalation. Okay, so let's firstly connect, then we'll do this process and find the name of the other user. We found K over here as the other user. This is done as well. Okay, so if you found another user, what can you do with this this information is I can actually log into his account and I can, just like this I was trying Jan, maybe I can even brute force for K if he doesn't have a strong password. Well, I cannot be sure if he has a strong password or no, but at least I can try. So right now I'm trying for this guy named as Jan. Let's see how strong his password is. Okay guys, so after a lot of time this password was finally cracked and the password was Armando, as you can see over here, Armando, and we now know the username and the password, and you can see it has almost been 40 minutes, so this is quite a time taking room. Okay, now let's connect. SSH, the username was Jan @ the IP address, and let's press enter. Let's press yes, and to ask for the password, which we know is Armando, and yes, now we are connected. So you can see now, so I'll explain you what the basic flow we actually did. Firstly, we found out we used like brute force attack to find hidden directories, and we got this information that there is someone from name J and maybe there is someone from name K, and we also find out the services of the machine to check there was actually a website running and there was also the SSH port running. Okay, now we got these two information. Then we did enum for Linux to find out the username. So now we have information on the ports, then we use enum for Linux and got the username. Then after using getting username and the knowledge that SSH is working, we found out the password by using Hydra, again using brute force. So firstly we were just enumerating and we keep on going on, and then finally we got a username and a password, and we knew that there was a service known as SSH which we found out via Nmap, and then we connected it. So now we are officially in the system and we can actually check their files. So we can see there are two users, Jan and K. Let's go to the other user K. Since Jan is empty, like when I typed ls in Jan folder, it was empty, and even though I am in K folder, if I type who am I am still Jan. You can even see here I am Jan. Let's try ls, and there is pass.back, and let's cat this, and you can see it's access denied. See, so pass, as Jan I cannot execute case pass.back file. So they made this restriction that maybe to have a security implementation where Jan cannot access this file known as pass.back. So let's see what are the other files that I can access. So there was this file which I cannot access, and maybe there is, okay fine, there is a SSH file you can see, and since we connected to SSH, let's try seeing what is there in that file. So cd.ssh ls. Okay, now I see something known as IDRSA, and if we cat that IDRSA, this is his private key. Okay, so now we got his private key, and I'm going to copy this, and now with this private key let's try and maybe figure out something. So let's firstly go to downloads, and let's make a file. So to make a file you need to type touch and let the name be id rsa, and you can press enter, and then you can use gedit to open that file, or you can just use this one. You can just directly go to downloads and open that file. So I have pasted his private key over here. So let me just save this and exit this, and I have currently saved this private key here. This is the RSA private key. So now what we will do is let me clear this. Now we'll convert this private key to a hash so that we can crack it. So how to do this is you need to type Python, and there is something known as SSH to John. So let's go to USR, maybe share or maybe bin, I am not sure. Yeah, it's share John SSH to John.py. What this will do is this will convert your this private key into a hash file. So let's name it id underscore hash. Maybe I can type anything. Let's just put id underscore hash just for right now. Let's do id underscore hash, and let's press enter. Now I'll show you the difference. So firstly I'll open this one, and you can see this is how it is. And now I will open that one, the one which we just converted. id underscore hash. Oh, okay, fine. Let's open it here only. Cat id underscore hash, and this is the file which it got converted into. So you can see before and after. And the best part about this after is that you can, let's move this file id hash to downloads, id underscore hash. Let's go to cd downloads, and let's cat this again to check. Yeah, okay, so now we have this hash file. So now we need to actually decode this, or like crack this to get the password. So we are going to use John. So do use sudo John, just don't use John. Press sudo John, then the name of this file which I'll put over here, and now I'm going to crack it. So to crack it, let's use dash word list, and dash word list is the Rocky one. So it is in documents slash rocky.txt. So let's firstly step out of this downloads folder. Sorry, it's lagging. It's 4 GB PC, but don't worry. No, yeah. So let's do sudo John dash word list is equal to documents and rocky.txt, and our file name is in downloads, and the name was id underscore hash, and let's press enter. So after typing in my password right now, oops, no such file or directory. Okay, let's check this one. Yeah, now it's running, and just gave a little extra space, and it has been cracked. I don't know, today is my lucky day maybe, and it got cracked really fast, and the answer is BVAX. Now let's go over here and let's try and connect let's try and connect via case ID using this private key. So SSH-I. So the use of -I is, I'll just show you. So -I, and then there is identity file that you can use as a private key to like input into like go inside directly. So we're going to use that. So SSH-I, and the name of this file was id underscore what was the name for the file, idrsa, and I want to coincide as k at the rate this IP which we are inside right now, and I think this should work. I want to connect, fail to add this to host names, enter passphrase, and passphrase is this one, BVAX. Let's copy this, Ctrl+Shift+C, let's paste this, Ctrl+Shift+V, and enter. Okay, this is weird. BEESWAX, SWAX, and yep, login successful. Oof, that was hard. Not hard actually. That feels great. Now let's do ls, and now let's open this, and this was the password, which is like the impossible to crack kind of password which they had made us. And let's paste this and submit this, and we have completed this one. Oh, so this is it actually, but just if we'll wait a second, let's go to cd root, okay, let's go to sudo, then let's go to cd root, and the password is this one. Okay, just do sudo super user, and let's do ls. Let's go to cd root, let's do ls, and let's even cat this flag, and congratulations, just completed this challenge, and this thing feels so good, and yep, it is done. Happy hacking. So I hope you like this video. Please like, share and subscribe to my YouTube channel if you like this video, and you can just type anything if you want walkthrough to me for me to make, and see you next time. Bye bye.